Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you for tuning into your general read. For the main read, I've got pizza and everything. I'm going to use the Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis and Scott Murphy. Melanie's name's in white if you want to see how her last name is spelled. And for the supportive cards, the Magical Unicorns Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. Okay. So I've already shuffled like usual. I think we're good, but you know what, put those there just in case. Now this is interesting because it seems like, was it Scorpio? It might have been Scorpio. Seems something similar to that, interestingly enough. Well, something similar to Pisces too. Do you have, yes, you have an overall energy. If I can pick them up. You've got the Death card with the Eight of Pentacles, which this is a very curious combination. It sounds like something is changing here. Something is definitely taking a turn. And you're trying to work, you're kind of like an afterthought over here. So whatever changes, you're doing what it takes right away to pick up the pieces. But it's Eight of Pentacles, which is continued effort. So even though the situation is changing and going into some type of new phase, a part of it seems to be falling off, you're still doing the effort as usual. So let's see how this is working out for you, because hopefully this works to your benefit. Looking at the overall, it seems like, well, let's keep going, because I'm not 100% sure. As I go through the reads, the cards seem to reveal what they really want to say, so instead of guessing, let's just go ahead and find out as we go. Now you get the Six of Cups and the High Priestess as you go into this time frame. Now, the High Priestess is interesting the way I'm reading it for your read. I feel like you're non-biased. You're non-biased, but you're trying to help everybody get along. You're seeing a situation for where it's been, and I feel like that's why you're non-biased. Like the people involved, it's either family or it's friends that you've had for a long time. And you're looking at the connections, however they are, as equal connections, like you value everybody and you don't value someone over another. So you're very non-biased about looking at a situation as it goes forward, because something is changing here. And I feel like for some of you, it may be a change of relationships when it comes to friendships. I don't feel like a physical death going on here. I feel like somebody might be stepping out of the picture for one reason or another. Let's just keep going, because I'm wondering what the deal is here, because there are some, like this, the Three of Swords is happening first. Like you're looking at this going into it, like everybody's equal, everybody's valued, you're being very non-biased to the situation, but there is some heartbreak here. I feel like you're kind of dragged into it. And below it is the Five of Cups. I feel like you're just being fair, but somebody else is viewing it as if you're not standing by them. And they're not looking like, especially with the Five of Cups, this person on this Five of Cups, they're holding those two cups in front of them. But as they're holding these two cups in front of them, they are looking at what is already spilt. So it seems like they're aware of what's good, but they're not, I don't know, they're not feeling like that's good enough. They feel like they're right, even though there's these friendships that they're right and they should be stood by. People should stand by them. I have to say, the Three of Swords, I have to say, this is, I just find this one of the grossest cards, because it's really, I think it's quite anatomically correct as from what I can tell, but it's just really, it's really kind of gruesome. But I feel like this is kind of like, and that might be how you feel about this, like this is really a gruesome way to be treated, because you're just trying to help everybody get along. And it's not about who's right and who's wrong, it's just about what's going on. And I feel like you're looking more at the motives. Like I don't feel like anybody's trying to be nasty, but this other person feels very defensive and not taking it well. The situation, whatever's going on here, you being non-biased seems very fair, but the reason you're non-biased is due to the history of the situation. This person feels like that's not fair because of the situation, and they feel like they're standing in the right and that people should stand by them when they know they're in the right. And they feel like even though you seem to be on the same page and understand where they're coming from, you're not getting involved due to the situation, and they're feeling a little betrayed by that. It's just different how you and them are viewing at it. I just feel like you're viewing at it like, you know what, this isn't worth causing major fights over. Let's just try to get along. Let's just try to get over it. Let's smooth it out. You're just trying to smooth it out. You know what I mean? It's not that big a deal. But the other person is like gung-ho and like, you know, I need to be heard. I need to push out there that I'm right because I am right. And it seems to be causing a lot of issues. Like, I feel like this person is the main aggressor here. And this seems to be a situation where you're afraid that this might break up the friendship. As I see the Death here next to the Eight of Pentacles, you're afraid this is going to break up the friendship, but you're working to keep it from happening. So that's how these cards seem to make more sense. You're still working to keep this friendship together. This group, it seems like a group of friends. It's like 3 or more people. You're trying to keep everybody together and getting along. And the outside influence, this person is just very animate that they're right, and it has to be known that they're right. And the other person, whoever else you're dealing with in this situation, it's just not conducive. It's not working out, and you're aware of this. When we go forward, I'm seeing the Five of Wands, rods. And you'll notice the scene on there, like you'll notice there's people like batting at a bee's nest, and you'll also notice this one person back here, like over here on this side, he's kind of just sitting there smiling, like, yeah, you guys fight it out. That's kind of funny. It's kind of dumb. Now, it's a strange scene, I find, because it feels like this is kind of what's going on. It's just, they're blindfolded. They're waving at a bee's nest, and there's some people are just trying to stay out of it. And I feel like you're trying to stay out of it. I don't think you have that smug look about it like this person on this card. But I feel like you're just kind of like, you know what, can't we just calm down? And you're trying, well, I take that back. I don't really know if you're the one standing in the background, because I feel like you're trying to more keep people from killing each other. I feel like you want to save the friendship. But somebody here is in the background. Now, who is this person in the background? I have to be honest, it really kind of annoys me. It seems like somebody could step in and figure this out, because they don't have a blindfold on. They seem to be seeing the situation for what's really going on, and somebody's watching, realizing what's going on, and could tell everybody, you know, this isn't a good idea. Like, this isn't the best idea. I don't know why you're doing this. Just so you know, you're going to hit that bee's nest, and you're all going to get stung. Doesn't matter who actually hits it, but everybody's going to be in pain for it. Somebody could step in and stop this. That's what it feels like. But I don't know. I don't really... Is it you? Like, could you step in and stop this? I feel like this fight over the bee's nest is ridiculous. This is just like a crazy... Like, people are treating it like it's a piñata, and it's literally a bee's nest. And you could step in and actually stop it? That's how it's coming through. So I don't know. You must know something, or just kind of get people just to calm down and back off. But you're trying to. And I feel like you're watching, though. Can you really? I'm getting it. I'll be honest. When I'm holding up this card, they're telling me you could stop this by getting more involved and just... I feel like you need to stop being unbiased. And just put the situation on bare bones. This is what it's actually happening. This is the truth of the situation. I feel like you're trying to be unbiased, but it's not helping. And because you're trying to work at keeping this from falling apart, your strongest bet for that to happen is to get in there and be like, yo, hey, you're all swinging at a bee's nest, knock it off. It's really like you're going to hit it, and then I'm going to get bit by it too. Nobody wants to get bit by all those bees, so you stop it. Like, I just feel like you could get in there and like calm it down. And like, I guess you have to stop being unbiased. I feel like you're just trying to like honor friendships here, and that's due to history. It makes sense, but it's not working. So it's saying to, yes, remember that these friendships have been around, but it's time to just say what's truly happening here and let go of being unbiased, because it's not working, and you're still going to have the same battles either way. On your side, you also have to decide. So you have to decide to do that. So that's where you're going with this. So it's saying here, every time I come to this card, it's saying you could stop this from continuing. I feel like you don't want to. You're trying to just help everybody get along. You're trying to be more of a mediator, But I feel like you have to come forward with what you know, because you seem to know things that others don't. You just got to put it flat down, what it really is happening, and just present it the best way you can. Like, I'm not siding with anybody. This is just the truth. And so is right, because I saw that too. It's not about taking sides. It's not about anything like that. This is just what's actually happening. I don't think we need to be fighting like this. When you do that, I feel like people are more conducive with what you want. Like, the love is there. Like, I feel like once you step away from being unbiased, it seems to calm down. And this is you. Like, the Queen of Wands, that can be very much a Sagittarian energy. It's a fire energy anyway. And she's sitting there if you look at the look on her face, she's kind of like, you know what, you made me do this. You made me get up here and rule the situation, so now I'm going to rule it. And I feel like that's what you have to do. Once you take the throne of the situation, for lack of a better term, I guess, what could I say, control of it, because it really feels like that's what you're doing, and say what's happening, I feel like everything chills out. I feel like that's what the whole situation's about. Like, I feel like you're going into it, best intentions, just trying to get along with everybody, trying to be as unbiased as possible. And then it backfires, and then you're stuck in this situation where you're trying to keep people from actually really becoming discord, like really just ripping each other apart. Because I feel like it really starts an argument, which is the Five of Wands right here. But once you step forward, you make that decision. You make that decision to do that. Once you step forward, the love matches it on the other side, and you're in control. You're the one actually, keeping things together, and it's working out. I feel like that's what the whole situation was about. You coming forward and saying what you know. I feel like you were taking a certain approach because you felt like it was the best approach. You felt like it was the fairest way to do it. But when it just didn't work out and it just backfired all over the place, I kind of like get a moment here where you're watching everybody starting to, come at each other with what they think, and you're realizing like there's a lot of misinformation out there, so you have to step in there. You have to make that decision to actually get involved, and you're like, you know what, I'm not looking to take any sides, but here's what actually happened. I saw what actually happened, or I know this because, and just lay it out on the table. Like, this is what's actually going on here. And I feel like at the same time, you're explaining why you stepped out, or why you tried not to push people around, as you might put it. You wanted to let people do what they wanted to do, but it was going so crazy that you had to step in and do what you did. You have to explain it. All right, so I guess it's pretty much taking control. All right, well, there's that. All right, so that's for this read. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you would like a direct reading from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.